Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier, we were talking about the. We are here already. Yeah, the description risk level. So basically, if we are in red, it's very extreme. 25. The score is 25 extreme equals 25. Okay. It would be likely that a permanent debilitating injury or death would occur. Okay. If we are in orange, which is high, this one. These are the scores. 10. So this will be from 10 to 16. Okay, this is 20 to 25. This will be 10 to 16. Okay. There could be an incident, but only one will die. Okay. Medium, there will be an injury requiring first aid. So basically, we'll have this. Okay. So from 5 to 9. Medium is from 5 to 9. Let's put it here, 5 to 9. And of course, we have low. Low is green, which is 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay. Now later on, we will be doing a risk assessment of our own. And just, okay. Oops, sorry. Now, step 4 will, after we have identified the risk, okay, we have list all the tasks that we need to do. We have identify the hazards when we assess the risk. Now the step 4 will be eliminate or control the risk. Now this is where, when I told you that earlier, that PPE comes last. PPE will not save you. Okay, PPE will just minimize the impact. For example, your hard hat. Okay, if a hammer falls to your head at 8 feet or 10 feet, you will still get hurt. It will just minimize the impact. Okay, so the first control would be elimination. Why would we send a T-boy, an inexperienced person, to do the job? So we need to eliminate that. Eliminate the T-boy, right? Get the um, technician, proper technician. Okay. Now, since the hazard is electrical, is it possible that to eliminate the hazard itself? Okay, is it possible not to send somebody to repair? Of course not. Okay, there are some activities that we cannot um, eliminate, even though we say we are maintaining the property, the facility properly. We still, there are times that we still need to, even in maintenance, of course, we still need to touch the panel. We cannot eliminate electricity. We cannot eliminate electrical. It's part of the job. Okay. There are things that we can eliminate. For example, working at heights, or for example, one of the very easiest example is painting. Okay, chemical hazard. If you're using a paint, chemical-based paint, then we can eliminate the hazard by using water-based paint, right? Okay. But no, sorry, it would still cause a hazard, but it will lessen it. It goes to substitution. For that one, okay, I cannot think of any hazard that can be eliminated at the time being. Um, Okay, we can eliminate hazard. For example, we store petrol on the building. We can eliminate the hazard of that petrol producing fire by not storing it in the building. Okay, substitution. This is where I said use less hazardous chemical to complete the job. Choose an alternative excursion site. Now, um, engineering design. Okay, this is changing a machine or work process to make it safer. For example, raise a bench to reduce bending. Adding guards on a machine is the best example. You put guards on your angle grinder. That's the best example of engineering design. Isolation, separate people from the source of the hazard. For example, we barricade, we isolate the area. People are will not be able to go near that area. If you have a manhole, open manhole, we put barricade so that people will not pass through that area and they will not fall. Okay, so that's isolation. We did not eliminate the hazard. We are not able to substitute. We are not able to redesign the manhole because it's there. Okay, what we can do is isolate it. Administration, putting rules, procedure, signage, or training in place to make the workplace safer. So basically, safe system of work, permit to work lotto, risk assessments is part of your administrative control, training. Yeah. So, and then last is PPE. Okay. So this is the list. So safety does not mean PPE. And the last part is monitor and review control. After risk assessment is in place, we put it in risk register. We need to have a completion date, and then we need to review. Okay, after we did some controls, did we completely eliminate or lessen the the hazardous events, or is still continuing? Now we will review control. For example, if there is change in personnel, there is reoccurrence of the incident, right? So we need to review the control. So let's go back, or let's move on. Let's make our own risk assessment. Electrical. Okay, who might be harmed and how? We can put who and what. Include building staff, building occupants. Risk rating 25. Okay, now risk controls in place. What are the risk controls that we have in place? Okay, now talking about the risk controls that we have earlier. Okay, so elimination. Are we able to remove the hazard, which is the electrical panel board? No, because it's there already. Are we able to avoid the task? We'll lose our job if we will not maintain the board or will not prepare it. Okay. So do we need to, not our people, but can we send contractors from Karama? Yeah, could be, but it will cost us, right? So basically we can eliminate. So substitution. Okay, instead of sending out a untrained individual, we will be sending out our own trained individual. So trained electrician. Substitute. Okay, sorry, I'm quite confused. Engineering design. I'm able to change the panel board this year? Maybe not. So isolation. Okay, so to lessen contacts, can isolate the area by putting barriers. Okay. Now we go on to administrative. We put safe system work, risk assessment, lotto, permit work, systems. What else? We can put here the training. Okay. And what else are the things that we can put here? PPE. Okay. Proper PPE. Insulated tools. Okay. What else? The list would go on and on and on and on. Okay. The ones that we have in place. Okay. The ones that we are practicing. Now, after this, what do you think would be the residual risk? If we send a trained technician to do the job, what are the chances of him getting electrocuted? Let's go back to our risk matrix. What are the chances of him getting electrocuted? He's experienced technician, trained technician. It's unlikely, right? Not very unlikely, because we have human errors, we have complacencies, because they are doing the job for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they know what to do. Usually that leads to accident. It could happen. Could happen unlikely. Okay. So, unlikely, or should we say fairly likely? What do you think? I would say unlikely, because if we say fairly unlikely, scored more than once, which is not good. So it's 2. Okay. And then, if he's a trained technician, what do you think would be the severity? We have PPE in place, we have trainings, we're following the safe system of work, we're following everything. What would be the severity? If it would happen, then it would be either 3, right, moderate, because he would still get electrocuted if ever, but due to his training not. But if it would happen, then he have the complete PPE, the proper tools, then it would be moderate. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So we could say here that 2 multiplied by 3 equal to 6. Okay, now 6. We are here, indicators. Now let's take a look at it in our 5 to 9 is medium. If an incident were to occur, there would be some chance that an injury requiring first aid would result. Additional controls may be needed. Okay. Now, additional controls, and we could put in here supervision. That could be an additional control. What else? Use of CE marked equipments. What else? What controls can you put there? Other control that you can put here that we might need. further training, and etc. etc. So this is how we do this assessment. Okay, now after this we need to implement these controls. Then we need to um, further review. Okay, so I'll continue again on the next video. Thank you.